Recording in progress. Okay, so בשעה טובה ומוצלחת, right? 5 a.m. Starting Sefer Yehoshua, starting learning Tanakh. Now, Yehoshua, right? The first of the books of the Nevi'im. This is really the beginning of Torah Eretz Israel. This is, by definition, how to behave in Eretz Yisrael. We're changing mode. We're changing mode from being completely under HaKadosh Baruch Hu's direct, following HaKadosh Baruch Hu and taking care of us directly. We're following, there's no more Hanhaga Nisid Giluya, except for maybe the Milhaman Yericho and some other things. But Bigadol, right? Now we need to start to take care of ourselves. And now we need to start to bring the Geula. This is where Kadosh Baruch Hu's job as saving us from Egypt pretty much ends. And the torch is passed on to us to complete the mission. All right?
All right.
All right. Who wants to read? Ta'amim, right?
So you'll read. I don't know how to read with Tamim in Nevi'im.
Okay, so you'll have the recording after and you'll be able to practice. So next time you could also do the Ta'amim.
Yeah.
All right.
Bezrat Hashem.
Sure. With Tamim.
בטח עם טעמים.
ויהי אחרי מות משה עבד אדוני ויאמר אדוני אל יהושע בן נון משרת משה לאמור.
All right, so here we're continuing from, how do you call it, the end of Sefer Devarim. Moshe Rabbeinu passes away. All right, and everyone's in mourning. And now that he's gone, the torch has been passed on to Yehoshua, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is now talking to Yehoshua bin Nun. And it's very important. Misharet Moshe Lemor means there's a direct connection between one Hanhaga to the other.
משה עבדי מת ועתה קום עבור את העדן הזה אתה וכל העם הזה אל הארץ אשר אנוכי נותן להם לבני ישראל.
All right, so now it's up to you. You have to rise up to the occasion, right? Cross over the Yarden, which is the entering Eretz Israel, right? You with the entire nation to the land that I am giving to Bnei Israel.
כל מקום אשר תדרוך כף רגליכם בו לכם נתתים כאשר דיברתי אל משה.
Anyone else want to explain?
What did you say?
Uh-huh.
What did you say?
By the way, I like this pasuk. All right. Kol makom asher tidroch kaf raglechem bo lachem netativ. Any place that you shall step, right?
Yeah.
I shall give to you. And I also like to say that's why when we went out to Galut, we went out everywhere. You see, in Yemot Mashiach, it says vayerd miyam in yam, right? The Mashiach's dominion is going to be from the far seas to the far seas in the entire world. Why is that? Because everywhere that we were sent out to in the Galut and we stepped on is going to eventually become part of our land. But here, okay, the Peshat is talking about now once we cross into the Yarden.
Yeah.
All the lands that we're going to be in now, any place that we go is going to be part of our country, our promised land.
מהמדבר
Golalim.
But you see that Rashi on what you said, Rashi also speaks about it.
What does he say?
Look what he says at the end.
Oh, I don't know.
כיוצא בו נאמר למשה, ושנינו בספרי, אם נלמד על תחומי ארץ ישראל, הרי הוא אומר, מהמדבר והלבנון הזה.
Right.
אם כן, למה נאמר, אשר תדרך
Derech.
אף חובה לארץ, אף חוצה לארץ, משתח ושוב, ומשתח בשו את הארץ. אף מה שתכבשו מחוץ על הארץ יהיה קדוש ויהיה שלכם. Meaning also the places that we're going to walk outside of Israel, we're going to make it holy.
So what is Eretz HaKodesh? All right, so now really he's going to define basic borders, but according to halacha, any land that the king conquers, birshut Beit Din, the Beit Din could go and sanctify that land as part of Eretz Israel. Right? In Minchot Menachim u'Milchamot, we're warned against. Sorry, I don't know if it was there or if it was in Ilchot Beit HaBechira. We have an Isur to go back to Eretz Mitzrayim. And the Rambam says, Yera'eli, right? That if a king would go and conquer Eretz Mitzrayim, Birshut Beit Adin, and Mekadshim et Eretz Mitzrayim, then it has the status of Eretz Israel. Right? Same way that, Harabait, is 500 Amah. However, the Azara could be expanded. Harabait itself could be expanded. And if they do, there's a certain ritual that they need to do in order to sanctify the new boundaries. They could do the same thing for the city of Yerushalayim. Expand the city of Yerushalayim and sanctify that expansion. And the same thing for all of Eretz Yisrael.
Yeah.
All right.
So what's the point? So what's the point of writing exactly the Gvulot at first?
Okay, so that's a good question. One is there's the base Givulot, there's the base land, and there's expanded Givulot, that were eventually meant to conquer, and then there's boundaries that are beyond that is the reshut. If we want to conquer, we can. If we don't have to. However, you can't get the status of Eretz Israel by expanding your borders beyond the base, the core of Eretz Israel, unless you have already conquered the entire core of Eretz Israel. And we see this with David HaMelech, right? What is Syria? Eretz Syria are lands that David HaMelech conquered further to the north into Syria, before he conquered all of Eretz Israel. And they didn't get full Kedushat Eretz Israel.
I get it.
והלבנון הזה, והאדמה הגדול נאפרה, כל אשר החיתים, כל ארץ החיתים, ועד הים הגדול מבוא שם, שיהיה גבולכם.
So you see, even in this area, it's still a very wide area. It's from the Midbar, right, from the desert in the south, all the way to the Lebanon. By the way, this land goes all the way up to how do you call it? All the way up to Turkey, because it includes everything that is Lebanon today. It's all included within this land. Vadanara Gadol Nehar Pirat goes all the way to the Euphrates. Right, so it's like further to the east, all the way down to Syria. Syria is also included in this land, and so is Jordan. All the way to the sea. Right. Oh, you want to bring thing of Sefer Zera'im.
Yes.
Do you have the edition of Mishneh Torah from Mif'al Mishneh Torah?
No,
This one?
no, I don't have it, okay.
So there's a very, very
You,
nice
you want to send a picture?
like it's yeah, but there's a whole nispach here in the back that you know shows the different boundaries of Eretz Yisrael. See if we can.
Wait. Because of your background, it
Yeah, let's see.
cuts the book.
Let's try to fix the background.
What do you mean different? So all these pictures are different because according to different poskim, like Mefarshim.
No, just one sec. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, I see.
So there's a great how do you call it? There's Gvulot Ole Mitzrayim, Gvulot Ole Bavel, what is Ever HaYarden, what is Syria. So if you see over here, you see it goes all the way up to Turkey, all right? And all that Nahar Pirat, right? Nahar Pirat is this over here. So all this area is also part of Eretz Yisrael. All the way down
It's
to
huge.
Egypt. It's very big, yes. The Promised Land is it's much bigger than what we have today. It's also much bigger than what was promised to us in the mandate for Palestine, which is basically what we have today plus Jordan.
Oh.
All right, so we're adding on probably even all of Syria. Aram Sova is part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, בסדר. Why don't you continue? לא יתייסב איש.
לא יתייסב איש לפניך כל ימי חייך כאשר הייתי משה אהיה עמך לא אפך ולא אעזבך.
Right, so no one is going to stand before you all the days of your life. Right, don't worry, because right now this is all chizuk before going to war, because it's not going to be a walk in the park. You're going to have to fight for the land. It's shalosh matanot, right? Natan HaKadosh Baruch Hu leYisrael, v'chulam lo nitanan ela al yedei yisurin. Right, there's three good matanot HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us, and those three good matanot, they come with a lot of yisurin, with hard work. They come with great difficulty. Right, one of them was Eretz Yisrael. However, he's giving him a chizuk. He says, no one's going to stand before you all the days of your life. Right, as I was with Moshe, I shall be with you. Lo arpecha velo, I won't leave you, and I won't you know, what's arpecha? I won't loosen my grip.
Yeah.
And I want what?
Meaning I'm gonna have strong ashgacha on you, same way as I have Moshe.
עזב אז כי אתה תחיל את העם הזה את הארץ אשר נשבעתי לאבותם לתת להם.
So it was Hazak ve'emas. Hazak ve'emas is lashon pekuda. Hazak, be strong and be brave. Ematz Rishon Amitz, right? Says,
Mhm.
be strong and be brave, right? I'm going to be with you this whole time. Don't worry, because you have the job. You have the job to how do you call it? To make sure that this nation receives their portion to the land. And the land that I swore to their forefathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, to give to them. This is your responsibility.
חזק ומעש מאוד, לשמור לעשות ככל התורה, אשר ציווך משה עבדי, אל תעשו ממנו ימין ושמאל, למען תזכיר בכל אשר תלך.
Just be strong and be brave, or even be very brave. Where we saw it and Nephilim, Bnei Ha'anak, Ra'inu Sham. We saw great people. We saw giants. We saw, right, the Meraglim. They said we saw huge cities, Arim Besurot, right? It's not how do you call it? It's not like we said, it's not a walk in the park, and it's not okay, yeah, let's just go and take it. To have, right, to live in Eretz Israel, you need to be brave, and you need to have a bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If you're afraid, that means you have no bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Mhm.
All right, you have to be brave, be strong. לשמור ולעשות ככל התורה אשר ציווך משה עבדי. The entire Torah that I commanded to Moshe, not just kashrut and Shabbat.
So
The
wait,
entire
I
Torah.
have a question. What's the difference between לשמור ולעשות?
Right, that's good. Good question. First of all, so the peshat is lishmor is to keep. Usually we say, like shamor is like usually means zachor, to remember. So maybe this could be alluding to the mitzvah, which is the main mitzvah we have of remembering is Amalek, right? We say shalosh mitzvot נצטוו ישראל בשעת כניסתן לארץ. One is מינוי מלך, which Yehoshua fills that function of a melech. The second is מלחמת עמלק, and the third is בניין בית הבחירה.
נכון.
So maybe really, because lishmor usually means to remember.
Right, so another way of explaining it is לשמור כל לא תעשה ולעשות כל תעשה.
There you go. Also another way would be lishmor is you heard what he said?
Yeah, מצוות לא תעשה ולעשות מצוות תעשה.
Right, but here it's all the mitzvot. ככל התורה אשר ציווך משה. Right, when we're not in Eretz Yisrael, we don't have kol HaTorah. Our Torah is very, very limited. Right, we're not reading this just as a piece of history, what happened when Bnei Israel came into Eretz Yisrael, but also now, once Bnei Israel returns to Eretz Yisrael, right? Our Torah is חכמים say מיום שחרב בית המקדש אין לו לקדוש ברוך הוא בעולמו אלא 4 אמות של הלכה. Right, from the day that the temple was destroyed and we went into exile, HaKadosh Baruch Hu has only 4 amot of halacha, and that's you can understand that as the whole Torah was now reduced to arba amot, meaning there's the whole world of Torah out there, and now it has been reduced to just arba amot of halacha, because that's all we have in the times of Galut. Or even the world of halacha has been reduced, right? There's no Sefer Avodah, there's no Sefer Zera'im, there's no Sefer Kedusha. No, Kedusha is because there's how do you call it? Shahita and Ma'achalat. There's no Sefer Shoftim, there's no Sefer Melachim, Mishpatim and Shoftim, right? All of those books are irrelevant in the Galut. He says now that we're back in Eretz Yisrael, it says, לשמור לעשות ככל התורה אשר ציווך משה עבדי. The entire Torah, all 613 mitzvot, which include conquering the land, which include Shemitah and Yovel, which include the Korbanot, which include building the Beit HaMikdash. לא תסור ממנו ימין ושמאל. Right, keep to it. למען תשכיל בכל אשר תלך. Right, the mitzvot that we have, when you have all of the mitzvot, it's a way for you to lahaskil. What's lahaskil?
To enlighten yourself, no?
To be enlightened, to learn in all of your ways, all the ways that you go, everything that you do. When you keep the mitzvot and they guide you through your entire life, it enlightens you.
לא ימוש. No.
No, just continue. I'm not reading that.
בסדר, ביי. ספר התורה הזה מפיך והגית בו יומם ולילה למען תשמור לעשות ככל הכתוב בו כי אז תצליח את דרכיך ואז תשכיל.
Right, so study the Torah day and night. Right, this way you can keep the entire Torah. תשמור לעשות ככל הכתוב בו, כי אז תצליח את דרכיך ואז תשכיל. Right, only through keeping the Torah you will be successful in conquering the land, and you'll be successful in instituting a proper Jewish government in Eretz Yisrael, which is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is commanding him to do now. It says, right, Hazak ve'emas, ki אתה תנחין את הארץ. The way to do that is by following the Torah.
הלא ציוויתיך חזק ומצאת ערוז ואל תחת כי עמך אדוני אלוהיך בכל אשר תלך.
Okay, and you see how much he's emphasizing this whole issue of being strong and being courageous. Now, so there's one side of aseh, to be strong and to be courageous, and there's the other side, lo ta'aseh, lo ta'aros ve'lo tehat. Right? Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of the goyim. I say it's asur to be afraid of our enemies in Eretz Yisrael. It's one thing when you're in Galut and you're in their lands, right? To not do anything to upset the goyim, to make them mad at you. But over here, when in our land, in Eretz Yisrael, it's asur to be afraid of them. It's asur to avoid doing things because it might make them mad at us. Afuch, we need to do, right? Right? ככל הכתוב בו, כי אז תצליח את דרכיך ואז תשכיל. And we are not allowed to be afraid at all at the consequences of them being mad at us. כי עמך אדוני אלוהיך בכל אשר תלך. You should be more afraid of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be with you in all of these ways in coming to conquer the land, and in no way should you be afraid of the goyim.
Okay.
Continue.
ויסב יהושע את שוטרי העם לאמור עברו בקרב המחנה וסבו את העם לאמור הכינו לכם סדה כי בעוד 3 ימים אתם עוברים את הירדן הזה לבוא לרשת את הארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיכם נותן לכם לרשתה.
Right, so Yoshua, he goes to the police of the nation, right? And he tells them, pass through the camp and command the entire nation to prepare yourselves to cross over. Because in 3 days, where else did we have 3 days of preparation?
הר סיני.
Out of Sinai, receiving the Torah. This is the other side of receiving the Torah, is receiving the land that we're meant to keep the Torah in. Right? He says another 3 days, prepare yourselves for 3 days, because we're crossing the Jordan. We're going to be
We
crossing.
also see 3 days with Malkat Esther.
Right, okay, yeah, and that was in Galuta. Although the truth is over there was already when Bnei Israel were coming back to Eretz Yisrael. The time of
Probably there's an inyan about those 3 days.
all right, I agree. Figure out what those 3 days are.
Huh?
We see on the one hand, receiving the Torah required 3 days of preparation, and so did we needed 3 days of preparation to before crossing into the land in order to conquer it, right? What was how do you call it? בעוד 3 ימים אתם עוברים את הירדן הזה לבוא לרשת את הארץ. Right, it says to come, right? Not to go, to come because it's our home. לבוא לרשת את הארץ. אשר אדוני אלוהיכם נותן לכם לרשתה, which God is giving you to inherit.
Okay.
ולראובני ולגדי ולחסי שבט המנשה אמר יהושע לאמור.
Alright, so now he's talking specifically to Shevet Reuven, Gad, and half of Menashe, because what's the story with them?
Because they were on the outside of.
Yeah, they're outside.
Right, they say they're
were
taking their
outside.
portion on the other side of the Jordan, meaning they're already on their side of the Jordan.
Yeah.
זכור את הדבר אשר ציווה אתכם משה עבד אדוני לאמור אדוני אלוהיכם מניח לכם ונתן לכם את הארץ הזאת.
It says, remember what Shesiva Etchem Moshe, right? What Moshe commanded you. What did he say to them? You remember what he said to them?
He would give it to them. However, they'll have to be first entering the country whenever they have to go fight.
They need to. They can leave their wives and their children there. Prepare, build them little settlements while they're gone. But they need to participate in the actual conquest of the land. Nishechim.
נשיכם טפיכם ומקניכם ישבו בארץ אשר נתן לכם משה בעבר הירדן ואתם תעברו חמושים לפני אחיכם כל גיבורי החיים ועזרתם אותם.
Right, so like you said, your women, your property, everything will stay back in the Ever Yarden. As we said, but you will pass. Hamushim means how do you call it? The hamush, armed, and you're gonna send all your mighty men to help the conquest of the land.
אשר יניח אדוני לאחיכם ככם וירשו גם המה את הארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיכם נותן להם ושבתם לארץ ירושתכם וירשתם אותם וירשתם אותה אשר נתן לכם משה עבד אדוני בעבר הירדן מזרח השמש.
Right, so you're gonna participate in the war until all the tribes get their lands, their properties that they inherit, and then you can go back to your lands on the other side of the Jordan.
ויענו את יהושע לאמור כל אשר ציוויתנו נעשה ואיפה אשר תשלחנו נלך.
Right, so you say, yeah, we will comply with everything you said. We will go, we will take part in every military expedition that you send us out to. We will do everything ככל, ככל.
ככל אשר שמענו אל משה כן נשמע אליך רק יהיה אדוני אלוהיך עמך כאשר היה עם משה.
Right, it says everything that, as we listen to Moshe, so too we will listen to you, take our orders from you. However, רק יהיה אדוני אלוהיך עמך, so God should be with you. This could be understood as we will only follow you as we followed Moshe, as long as you have God's protection, same way that you did, same way that Moshe did. However, I don't think that's the right way to understand it. He's saying it's a blessing. May God be with you the same way that He was with Moshe. Yeah, pasuk אחרון.
כל איש אשר ימרה את פיך ולא
את פיך.
אשר ימרה את פיך ולא ישמע את דבריך לכל אשר תסבנו יומת רק חזק ואמץ.
So anybody who disobeys you, or doesn't listen to what you say, basically, refuses an order, everything that you say, he shall be put to death. Rak hazak ve'emas. Again, this is how we know that before it says Rak Yadunai Elohecha imach, saying as a blessing. So it says Rak hazak ve'emas, just be strong and be courageous, right? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us.
יפה.
All right, so that's the end of chapter 1. Any thoughts?
No, it's beautiful. I just wanted to say something, about how you also have Reuven, Menashe, and Gad entering Eretz Israel, although their part is outside of Israel, Eretz Israel, to come help their brothers.
Right, they still need to send Hayalim Bodedim.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. They have to send Hayalim Bodedim.
They want to stay in Chutz La'aretz. They made a pact with Moshe. That's fine. They still need to participate, not just financially, right? They're, how do you call it? Miknehem. They can leave in Ever HaYarden, right? The money they can leave in Ever HaYarden. They can leave their money in the Galut if they want. However, they need to physically participate in the conquest of the land and the protection of the land.
Wow.
Right? Sending your sons to participate in the security efforts of Eretz Yisrael is a lot more meaningful than sending your money.
Of course. 100%.
All right. I like that point that what you pointed out. All right. So, Boker Tov. Soon, how do you call it? Soon the sun will rise and we'll actually be able to see this beautiful land.
Amen. And we always learn Torah here in Eretz Israel. And so Achi, I put you on the group. Add the people you want. Talk.
Yeah, I know it was late. I didn't want to. I was already in bed, but
No problem.
I'll take care of it today.
All right.
Okay, Hazak Baruch. Rak Hazak ve'emas, to wake up at 5 o'clock every Monday and Thursday to study Torah.
Baruch Hashem. Yeah, bye Ashili. Bye guys.
Bye bye.
Bye Edi. Bye Mufka.